Chicago is home to some of the most savage rappers and street dudes out there, but most people have no idea about the crazy story of Lil Les, one of the craziest shooters in the city who kept sliding on the Opps even after they shot one of his eyes out. Lil Les came up on the south side of Chicago, but moved into an area called the Pocket when he was around 9 years old and started repping the Pocket Town set. Pocket Town has been around since the 80s, and a dude named Nate Hill turned him into one of the most feared crews in the city. Hill was running the coke game in Chicago and allegedly raked in over 100 mil moving weight. He started out as a street hustler stealing cars and just trying to help his family get by, but after he flipped his first bag of coke, Hill realized how much money he could make in the drug game. He was a smart dude who knew how to clean the drug money through his own bus company, and not before long, Hill was working with the cartels and bringing literal tons of cocaine into Chicago. When you're moving that much weight, it's only a matter of time before the cops catch on though, and Hill had to run away to Africa to avoid getting caught. According to Hill, he'd already left the drug game behind a long time ago. He started his own newspaper, record company, and was getting into the movie industry too, and had business deals with superstars like Michael Jackson. While he was on the run, the feds named him one of the top 10 most wanted criminals in the world, but Hill was actually trying to help everyone he could while evading the police. In Africa, he was able to link tribal leaders from Guinea, Sierra Leone, and Liberia to trade resources together and help the people in their communities. He went from selling drugs and ordering hits to helping people who had nothing, but the feds eventually caught up to him and took him down for what he had done in the past. After he was convicted, Hill said, "The hunger for a better life has cost me my life." After Hill got out of the coke game, it led to all kinds of fighting between sets who wanted to take over the scene. He might have turned his life around and started working for peace, but back in Chicago, the situation in Pocket Town was getting brutal. Lil Les jumped off the porch early. His older brother King Rico taught him how to move in the streets, and by the time they was around 12 years old, the brothers was already making a name for themselves in the trenches. Les and Rico was stealing cars, kicking in doors, and moving weight, but at the same time, Les was trying to become a rapper too. This all went down way before Chief Keef blew up and put Chicago on the map for drill music. And back when Les was spitting rhymes, it was a lot harder for anyone in the city to make it in the rap game. Les never popped off in the industry, so he kept both feet in the trenches and became one of the most feared dudes in Chicago. Back in the day, Pocket Town was linked up with a set called ABM. Les and his brother King Rico would slide on their ops from Murder Town with them, and rumors say Les was involved with the death of a dude from Murder Town named Dro. After Dro died, they changed their name to Dro City, but that's not the only set Lil Les allegedly invented. A dude named Jarvis from ABM was tight with dudes from Pocket Town, but he was also cool with some of their ops who rep Sircon City. Pocket Town and Sircon City already had issues, but the beef was about to take a deadly turn and make ABM and Pocket Town go to war. According to rumors, Jarvis was partying with some dudes from Sircon City one night when Lil Les and some other Pocket Town affiliates showed up. They wanted to come inside but weren't let in. Les left the party, but then allegedly came right back and shot Jarvis in the face. Les never went down for the murder, but 600 Breezy confirms it on Twitter and said, "We lost 6 people in 8 years. Y'all been getting y'all pussy pops since Lil Les took Jarvis' face off." ABM started going by Jarl City in his honor, and they allegedly killed a Pocket Town affiliate named Lil Albert as get back for him. Then Pocket Town clapped back and took out another dude from Jarl City. By that point, Les was already known for sliding on the ops, and in 2009, he allegedly took out a dude from Sircon City named Lil Mo, and then another Sircon affiliate named Julian, but neither murder was ever confirmed. What's really crazy about all this is that even though both sides was dropping bodies, some dudes from Sircon and Pocket Town would still link up and play basketball against each other. In 2006, Lil Les, King Rico, and some other Pocket Town affiliates had a game against Sircon and Pocket Town territory. They had $200 on the line for whoever won, but in the middle of the match, some kind of fight broke out and someone from Pocket Town started letting off shots. Nobody got hit, but the next day, Lil Les got caught in traffic and was shot in the face. There's basically 2 versions of the story and nobody knows which one is true, so we're gonna break both down. According to one version, Lil Les was riding around in Rico's car when a dude named Lil Mo ran up on him and shot him in the eye. Les was able to pull through and survive, but unfortunately the doctors couldn't save his left eye and he's been half blind ever since. Rico went to see his brother in the hospital, and the very next day he allegedly slid on Sircon City and got revenge. A Sircon affiliate named Damian Kendricks was walking down the street when 4 dudes in hoodies pulled up and started letting off shots. Rico went down for the murder and is serving a 55-year sentence, but he still claims he had nothing to do with Damian's death. Rico's whole case was crazy. According to an organization called Injustice Watch that investigates police misconduct, the detectives who charged Rico are real sketchy. There were 3 witnesses who identified Rico as the shooter. But two of them completely took their statements back when it came to trial and said that detectives Brian Forberg and Kevin Ebro forced them to make statements. There was no actual evidence linking Rico to Damian's murder. All the prosecutors had was the witness statements against him, but somehow he still ended up getting convicted of murder after two of the witnesses took their statement back in the courtroom. One dude said he told Forberg and Ebro what they wanted to hear because he was afraid they would book him on a probation violation if he didn't. And a witness named Isan told the jury that he only made a statement because he wanted to get out of the police station as fast as possible. That wasn't the only case where Forberg and Ebro abused their power. In 2011, Forberg was named in a wrongful conviction worth $3.4 million after it was revealed the state kept some evidence secret that proved a dude named Maurice Patterson was innocent in his case. Forberg and Ebro kept another innocent dude locked up for 3 years and used another statement from a witness to keep him there. Rico says they was always coming around and picking up dudes off the street, but back then he had no idea about police misconduct or what it was. Usually a case like this will be thrown out due to lack of evidence, but unfortunately, Rico got unlucky with his defense team too. A defense attorney named Dave Weiner was his trial lawyer, and the dude was a mess. He was an alcoholic with anger issues, and eventually he got fired by the state because he was so bad at defending his clients. Rico said he could even smell alcohol on Weiner's breath when they was meeting about the case, and a few times he ain't even show up for pre-trial hearings, so Rico had to be represented by a public defender who knew nothing about his case. That's not even the end of the drama though. The judge in Rico's case was a dude named Joseph Claps, and he got booked on a gun charge back in 2018. He was strapped up in the courthouse and a surveillance camera caught his gun falling out of his jacket. But thanks to having homies in the legal system, he skated on the case and is back to judging other criminals. It all started with Lil Les allegedly getting shot by Lil Mo, but rumors say that's not how it went down. Some alleged paperwork leaked where Les gave the cops info about the shooting, and this is the second story about how he lost his eye. On September 20th, 2006, Les was driving down 72nd and Dobson when he spotted a dude he knew named Danny Blackwell. Les pulled over to talk to him, and Blackwell asked for a ride to a barbershop so he could collect some money from a dude who owed him. When they got to the shop, Les stayed in the whip but could see what was happening inside. Blackwell shook hands with a couple of dudes in the shop, then got into some kind of argument with one of them. The other dude swung on Blackwell, and that's when Blackwell upped his strap and shot him. As soon as the shots went off, Les drove off because he didn't want to get wrapped up in the situation. Blackwell wasn't cool with him leaving like that though, and a few days later, he caught Les shooting dice. They started yelling at each other, but Les decided to just leave the situation alone. He walked back to his whip, and that's when Blackwell came up and shot him in the face. According to rumors, Blackwell died in 2007, and Lil Les found out that an innocent dude went down for the barbershop murder. So in 2016, he told the police about everything so the other guy could go free. There's no concrete proof on either story though. Lil Les lost his eye and King Rico went to prison. But in 2008, his situation got even more tragic. On May 26, his sister Sharkeela was walking down the street when a whip pulled up next to her and started letting off shots. She was pronounced dead later that night, and what makes it even worse is that she was allegedly killed by accident by someone from Pockettown. Les was allegedly sliding on everyone back in the day. He had over 17 arrests before he even turned 18. But in 2009, he finally got hit with some serious charges that stuck. It's not clear exactly how it went down, but Les was allegedly sliding into Opps territory with some younger Pockettown affiliates and they got into a shootout. According to rumors, Les took the fall for everything and got hit with 2 counts of aggravated battery with a firearm. Most judges would let the cases run at the same time, but Les was such a feared dude in the city that they made him serve the time separately and hit him with a 24-year sentence. Pockettown and another set called KTS were linked up and both had beef with Sircon City. After Les went down for the shootout, a dude named KTS Vaughn started putting crazy pressure on the Opps. Vaughn allegedly caught his first body in 2011 when he killed a dude named Gotti who repped a set called 8x13. They changed their name to Gotti World after it went down, and that's when some people started comparing KTS Vaughn to Lil Les. The next year, KTS Vaughn allegedly killed 2 No Limit affiliates and hit 4 more when he caught them lacking on the street. G Herbo was one of the dudes who got shot that day, but luckily he pulled through and made a full recovery. KTS Vaughn and his brother Dre got into a wild shootout a few months later after they pressed No Limit Cairo at a McDonald's. Then in 2013, Vaughn and some other KTS dudes slid into Sircon City territory and murdered a dude named Pharaoh while he was taking out the trash for his dad. A few months after Pharaoh's death, Vaughn allegedly caught another No Limit member named Kobe at the same McDonald's where he pressed Cairo. Unfortunately, Kobe didn't get away though, and his homies found him laying dead in the street. By 2015, KTS Vaughn was known as one of the most savage dudes in the city, but when he hopped in the rap game, it showed how much respect Lil Les really had in the street. By that time, he had already been in prison for over half a decade, but Von shouted him out on the track Kill to Survive and raps, "Cutthroat shorty, I'm a vet. I remember going crazy with the tech. Had a string, so I put it on my neck. Wish a little pussy nigga flex. Free a real nigga Lil Les. Out lurking late night like a bat. That's when a nigga aim be the best. Show no mercy, got it tatted on my chest." A lot of people don't know about Lil Les because he was putting in work before everything got posted on social media. But when it comes to dudes that the Opps never wanted to run into, Les is at the top of the list. The earliest chance he has to make parole is in 2030, but hopefully he don't get out and hop right back into the trenches. He's already survived so much and is lucky to even be alive right now, so maybe he'll try getting back into the rap game full time instead of sliding on the Opps.